Demetria McKinney in the building at Star 94.5. Hello, my beautiful sister. How are you today?
Oh my gosh, I was great when I walked in, but now I'm even better being here with you. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, you're welcome. It's our pleasure. And you said you like our studio?
I love it. Purple's my favorite color. It's absolutely gorgeous in here. The ambiance is sexy as all tar. I mean, come
Oh,
on, make it work.
oh, yes, girl. You know what we
Yes.
need now. Oh, but you have yours. Needless to say, yes, haters, Roger Bob is in the building too.
Yep.
So pull your skirt down and cross your legs.
Oh, keep it ladylike.
Keep it ladylike, because we're not having none of that. You understand what I'm saying?
Y'all heard it here.
Respect due.
Y'all better respect.
Respect due, especially for you. I'm so happy to have you here. There are so many wonderful things that people don't know about you, and I'm happy to have you share them with us. Now, I know you're a Florida girl.
Oh my goodness, I'm a military brat.
Okay.
And although I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, um, literally I was there long enough to do my first cry, and then we were gone. Florida is where I went to high school. That's where I got my roots. That's where I really developed who I am as a young lady. So
Okay.
Florida is home for me.
So now, did you begin acting in high school?
Absolutely not. I made fun of people who did that.
What?
I went to the plays to heckle my friends. Like, you gonna mess up. I saw when your skirt was tucked into your drawers. You looked a mess. You sounded this. You know, I went to be the heckler. And it's just a funny turn of events. In college, my vocal scholarship required that I audition for 2 plays. One was Into the Woods, which recently got made into a movie.
Yes.
I played the witch in that.
Yes.
And then I also did Bus Stop. And I think the acting bug kind of got installed there.
I bet it did. Now, when did you start singing?
I have been singing since I was 3. Whether I could sing well or not, that's when I started, because it wasn't always
Okay.
good. Now, I listened to Whitney Houston.
You already answered my question.
The very first time I heard The Voice, I knew I wanted to contribute a little bit of mine to what she already started. She still is such a great influence for me vocally. And just as a woman, you know, we all have our flaws, we all have our beauty, we all have those things that make us who we are. And she embraced every bit of it.
That is absolutely wonderful. Any other artists that influence you as well?
Oh, of course, Shaka Khan. You know, I definitely listen to, but I listen to some of everything. Like, I love Pink, I love Aaliyah, Mariah Carey, Celine Dion. Oh, I don't think she could pay for a bad note.
I know that's right.
You know, so I've got a bunch of musical influences, but by far, Whitney's at the front of the pack.
So when did you first realize that you were a triple threat and don't act like you don't know?
You know, it's weird because I don't know when I realized it, because I was just in it. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yes, it does.
When I got to start with Tyler Perry's stage plays, you know, you knew you had to sing.
You had to.
You
That
had
was a
to.
rule, number one.
Like when we were doing Meet the Browns, we were all back there taking our turns doing background vocals in the midst of doing our solos and everything else. And I was up there with Tamala Mann, Terrell Carter,
You had to
Nikki
bring it.
Gilbert, honey, and I didn't know what I was bringing. I was trying to sing like them instead of realizing that I got hired for me. And I think that was the reality setting in, that what I offered was just as much of a valid point as what everybody else had on that stage.
So that experience is invaluable.
Oh, yeah.
So you've done the plays, you've done film, you've theater, TV,
Yeah.
and now a new member of Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Ooh, made my eyes dry.
So of them all, what's your favorite to do?
Oh, wow. I like singing. Vocally, I get to express who I am as a person. It's great being an actress and getting to walk in other people's shoes and live their experiences and tell their stories. But you still want people to know who you are. You know, standing in the grocery store between the lemons and the tangerines. Janine, where them twins at? That's great. That's beautiful. I
that's
appreciate
what you want.
that.
Okay.
However, Demetria gave birth to 2 throw pillows, and they are sitting on somebody's couch right now. You know, so it's a big difference between the characters that I've played and who I am, and my voice as a singer expresses me.
well, you are still a young woman to have accomplished so much. What is your advice to other young talent, whether it's singing or acting that they're pursuing? What's the best way for them to achieve their goal?
You have to know who you are before you get in this game. There are so many different facets to it. There are snakes, there are angels, there are wizards, there are promisers, there are naysayers. There's everybody else in this pot with you. And if you're not secure in who you are, what you have, and what you're supposed to do, you will let them take your dream before you get a chance to speak it.
Wow. And who helped you with that before you discovered it for yourself?
Roger Bob.
Wow.
You
What a
know,
wonderful tribute to him.
it's we've been best friends for a long time.
Okay.
Okay. And before I even decided to really pursue the music, he was the one kind of pushing me and saying, I think you could really do this, you know? So he got me started with showcasing my stuff on YouTube and really kind of pursuing it. The biggest other influence would be my son. You know, mini me, Daquan,
Oh.
he looks at me as if, all right, you are supposed to show me how I'm supposed to get there, so what you doing? So I didn't really have a chance to sit there and feel sorry for myself when I fell. I didn't get a chance to say I can't because somebody else was depending on me.
That's right.
There's always been a must-do attitude for me.
That is absolutely fabulous. And how old is he?
He just turned 16, girl.
Oh, stop it. Don't say a
Ooh,
word.
he makes me nervous.
Driving and everything.
He's driving. He's got a little girlfriend, honey. He got a little facial hair. He's a size 15 shoe. So I'll be with him, and they think he's my dude.
Uh-oh.
They'll
That's
think
right.
he's my,
Because he's
you
as
know,
tall as you are.
He's taller. He's 6'3".
Oh, my.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, okay. And then you see these other older women trying to approach him. I'm like, okay, now.
All right.
I keeps it cute until.
These earrings come off.
Oh, honey.
But that
quick.
is wonderful. So you've had a great time raising a son. Is he talented like you?
He has his own brand of talent.
Okay.
And that's what I appreciate. He didn't feel the obligation to follow what I was doing. Now, he is very musically inclined, but he ain't no, can't sing, can't rap a gift at Christmas. But he can DJ his butt off.
All right, now
All
that's a
right.
special skill. People pay a
Yes.
lot of money for that.
Absolutely. So he's got his turntables. He's really taking to it. And also he loves skateboarding. He loves doing what people don't expect and being good at it. So that's what I love about him.
Sounds like you're really proud of him.
Yeah, I like him a little bit, but at 18 he got to get out the house. Now, if you want to make room for him to come and work here, he will be looking for a job.
Oh, okay. We might can do that.
Okay.
You never know.
Y'all got it on tape.
Okay. I said might.
No, oh.
So tell us all about your new music.
Oh, wow. The EP is called Officially Yours.
Yes.
And that's the title track
Mm-hmm.
on the EP. And I wanted to name it that because, like we discussed before, people know the characters.
Yes.
And I love that, you know, and the opportunities I've gotten to play because of the characters. I've gotten to work with the Jennifer Hollidays as Effie on one of her very last performances in Dreamgirls, opposite her as Dina by her request. I've
Talk
gotten to
about
work
it.
with everybody on the cast of House of Pain. I've gotten to expand into, you know, Devious Maids, Drop Dead Diva, Necessary Roughness. It's been a lot of fun. But Officially Yours showcases who I am as a woman. I'm half-hearted. I like to have fun. I'm a goober, you know, but I'm also a woman who recognizes that sensuality doesn't mean I have to be fast. I'm also a mother, but it doesn't mean that I've negated my motherhood or my womanhood, I should say.
Yes.
You know, so it shows that I am human. A lot of times when people see you on the little screen or the big screen, they think there's no other anything going on with you.
Nothing. They don't
Honey.
think you have a headache. They don't think that you forgot to pay the electric bill. They don't think that you might have a little road rage.
Hey, I got a lot of it, especially in Atlanta. You know, so I think
Right.
sometimes the humanity is lost in the quote unquote celebrity of any level. You know, kudos to Beyonce. I don't know how exactly she got to where she is with the mentality that she has and with the poise that she has, but I'm definitely trying to blaze my own trail with that.
I think it's because she kept the circle small.
Very much so. I think that definitely had a big thing to
Small
do
and
with it.
close.
Yeah.
You know, and it sounds like you're working on doing just that. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
some good friends at Real Housewives.
I have a couple.
Yes.
Won't he do it? I did not expect that. I did not expect that. You know, the Housewives of Atlanta is known for its shady nature. You know,
Yes.
we definitely have some shady characters in there. that
Yes, I
just-
didn't like the way they treated you in Puerto Rico, but that goes without saying.
And you know, I thought it was just kind of a turn on for the cameras. No, they woke up like that. That's them for
That's
real.
them,
Like they're
for
just
real.
really bitter, angry people. And I wanted to bring a happiness. I wanted to bring a class. I wanted to bring a storyline that didn't involve necessarily a man or a purse. I wanted to bring talent as my storyline. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And as the ladies got to or chose not to get to know me,
Yes.
two of them emerged really strong. I knew Cynthia from before. She's always had such a sweet spirit. I don't understand how anybody can hate on her, but so be it. And Claudia,
Your sister from another mister.
that right there is my homie. That is the most wonderful brand of ratchet and class I think I've seen in a long
I
time.
love that combination.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like I love how we bounce off of each other. Like she's willing to go for the jugular, and I'll be like, all right, let's just ease up a little bit. But when I got to, I'll do it. It's just a good mix of two different personalities that mesh well together.
I think it's going to be a great storyline seeing you make your progression, from the transition from actress to
Music, man.
music.
It's different. It's different.
How different is it?
Totally. It's like, with all the work I've put in, with everything I've gotten to do with music, I had to start all the way over. All the way over. Nobody knew me for that. And I don't know if you
Okay.
remember when football players went through this phase where everybody was going to rap?
Yes.
Didn't end well because everybody was like, that ain't what you do. Stick in your lane, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. So I think that kind of left a bad mental note for people. And then there have been other housewives who have tried to do what I'm doing as well, So I'm really, really having to prove myself. And I don't mind it. I'm up for it.
Oh, it's going to be a fabulous season. Now, how far behind or ahead are we at any given time?
At any
What I'm watching happen actually when?
Oh, all that happened, I guess, about 4 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too far behind.
Not too far. Not too far. We're still doing a couple of editings and additional tapings just to kind of clean things up or whatever. But for the most part, it's weird because as you guys are watching the drama unfold, 9 out of 10, we've already squashed it or we've already come to the grips of what it is. And then you see that and it opens up some old wounds, especially with them doing their confessionals.
Or maybe by then you have a new wound.
By then, you done ripped the Band-Aid off and you walking around showing people.
Oh.
It's like, it's just,
Yes, scabbed.
it just
No, thank
scabbed
you.
up and mad about it, just scarred, But like I said, I came into this with my own brand of tunnel vision, and whoever wanted to get on board with me, and the Claudia, the Cynthia, even the Kenyas, we've formed a good support group with each other, as well as being able to tell each other, now, you're wrong. You shouldn't have did that. We're real with each other.
Well,
and I
that's
appreciate
wonderful. Well, that's good to know. I think people will be happy to hear that.
that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I hope so.
I hope
Because
so.
it can't all be all shade all day. Y'all don't like when the weather's bad all the time.
No, you need
Let
a little
it shine,
sunshine.
just every now and again.
So you're going to be our sunshine.
Oh, yes, I will. I like you.
I like you too. So about the music,
Yeah.
your new single,
Trade It
So
All.
Sexy,
Thank you.
classy,
Thank you.
so you. Now, who wrote it? How did that come to be?
I was in the studio with these up-and-coming producers called The Good Guys. They were responsible for 100 as well. And I was just having a really candid conversation about my relationship. I'm happy. I'm really invested. I'm all in, Everything in my life is his. I'm not sure it's necessarily going to end that way for me. How do I know with me giving everything I'm giving that it's going to end in marriage? And I think that's not just my story. I think a lot of women can relate to that, especially the women who are independent, the women who are the breadwinners, the women who are single mothers having to carry, both ends of the stick, if you will.
Yes.
It's really difficult to know if who you are entrusting you with is really going to hold on to it and cherish it the way that you would like for them to. Perfect relationship, wouldn't trade it for anything. But can I have a ring? Please, can I have a ring? Without looking thirsty, though. I'm cool. Though.
Right.
I got to be cute about it.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to really express myself. And this
It
EP
does.
100 went from, hey, I'm strong. I just need you to be honest with me, blah, 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 to the vulnerability of Trade It All. And I think that we sometimes as women think that our vulnerability is a weakness. It's one of our best strengths. It's what makes us emote. It's what makes us mothers, So I just really wanted to showcase that.
And you did in a most beautiful way.
Thank
and I
you.
think, it's going to be well received. I expect to hear it regularly on the Quiet Storm all over the country.
Oh,
Not
thank
to
you.
mention, just all through the day, too.
Yeah.
I love it because it expresses what a young woman, a real woman, is looking for
Absolutely.
from a man. And you never know what's going to happen even after you get the ring.
You
Or
never know.
Is it going to stay the same?
Right.
Is it going to get better?
Right. Right. A lot of times, and it's two-sided. Women and men, when we get in relationships, we tend to get a little bit comfortable. We don't realize that it is a work in progress, and we have to do what we were doing at the very beginning in order to keep that ship afloat. And I think that's why after 8 years, I'm still in my happiness.
Well, that's good. And that's a wonderful place to be
Yeah.
because you are ultimately responsible
For your own
for
happiness.
your own happiness.
Amen.
So, what else makes you happy? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do when you don't have to do what you have to do?
Oh, wow. What are my hobbies? You know, acting is definitely work, but singing is definitely also a hobby. You
Okay.
know, I do it all the time. That's how you know your passion. You don't
Mm-hmm.
call it work, you call it you.
Yes.
You know, so I'm
Yes.
always singing. I'm always looking for an
Always
opportunity to
doing you.
perform. Oh yeah, but I love going to movies. I saw a couple of great movies. That new Focus, Will Smith. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
I'm on
yeah,
it.
yeah. Go check that.
I want to go just to see her come down the stairs in that red dress.
Wasn't it everything? Honey, she gave me Cynthia Bailey teas coming down there after the. Oh, and you have to hear the story behind it, though. Once you hear the story behind it, then you just get all into that mug even better.
Make me go
You
tomorrow.
better go see it. So I'll hit a movie. I love going to football games. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Girl, you can talk football?
Oh yes, honey. Not a Romo
Pretty
fan
and
though.
can talk
Now,
football. Did
I,
you?
look,
Hello.
I can't stress this enough. Which camera? I'm gonna look at both of y'all. Listen, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, but I'm not a Romo fan. Romo, you good. Your stats are great, but we should be a lot further along than we are. You know what I'm saying? I understand that the defensive line has a lot to do with it. Our O-line is looking a lot better. You can do it. I believe in you. This season right here proved it. We wasn't 8-8 this time. But I can't afford to see you check out. Okay?
Got that?
Okay.
Girl, you could be a sports announcer.
No, I really couldn't because if it's not Cowboys, I don't pay attention.
Oh, all right, then never
It,
mind.
it doesn't matter. Like if
As
it's
if you don't-
Cowboys, I'm all in.
As if you don't have enough things to do already.
Oh man, but it's good. It's great to be busy and running around versus sitting at the house looking around.
So tell me something about your invisible self, the part that no one would know about because they can't Google it and they won't see it on TV or on the stage.
Okay. The part that people don't see about me, the human of Demetria McKinney, is that I am a single and only child with 10 brothers and sisters. Do that math. My mother is still married to the man who liked me a little bit too much, my stepfather. Um, I've been homeless. I had my son at a relatively young age for me. I didn't know what I was doing, you know.
Yes.
And all of those things help to make me the happy, successful, God-fearing mother that I am today. You know, I take everything that happens, and I don't think it happens to you for you. I think it happens to you for who's coming behind you. So I've been able to speak at seminars where young ladies will raise their hand like, okay, can I talk to you after because I'm in this situation? And they wouldn't have spoken about it because nobody talks about it. I'm not ashamed of my past, but I don't dwell in it. I live for today to get to tomorrow.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
Thank you for sharing part
No
of your
problem.
invisible self. So if money was no object,
Yeah.
what would you do?
I would live in Dubai and I would sing for everybody at lunch. I know it sounds crazy, but Dubai is gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
So I've heard.
It's so ahead of its time, and you know, it feels like I'm in Futurama or something. But I just feel like my passion, my gift is my voice, and if I can just give it freely to everybody, and they can enjoy a meal at the same time, hallelujah, why not?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I like that
I'm a foodie.
combination. So tell everybody how they can find your music and how they can find you so we can follow you all over the world.
Everybody, first off, thank you so much for the support of 100. Because of all of you, you made it shoot all the way to number 4 on iTunes. 100 and Traded All are both available on iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon.com, Google, like it's everywhere. The EP, Officially Yours, will be out this quarter. You can also find me doing some live performances. I'm going to be a part of Funk Fest this year. So I will actually be back here April 18th.
Wonderful.
So, yeah,
We
very
can hardly
excited.
wait.
Oh, man. Yeah, me either. And you can follow everything else I've got going on at Demi McKinney on Twitter, at Demetria, the number 4 real on Instagram. The website is demetriamckinney.com. And I have to give a special shout out to all the Demetrians, Aisha M., Shell Bell, Sydney Simone, Gorgeous Eyes, all of you guys that have been holding me up since Black Planet and MySpace. I appreciate you.
That goes way back.
They've been there, honey.
Yes, they have, and that's what you need, a wonderful support system. You have it in them, you have it in us. We thank you so much for taking time out to share with us today.
Thank you.
Welcome to Orlando.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having
Love you,
me.
darling.
Love you.